Ah. 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 There does exist a place. There does. Where one realizes that what is important isn't what those who have a house or a refrigerator or a home, a roof or floor or walls that shelter them from the cold. Exists. And that place is a spot where it is realized that what is important is to move forward. What is important is to be warm. I read somewhere that if you have a floor that is not dirt, then you are richer than 3/4 of the world. I asked my friend Jim and I about this, and she agreed. Because she knows everything, literally. So I've titled this, The Wind is Not Cold, I Am Cold. And that's from a book that I read about this guy who's an Arabian dude who like some of us might can relate to, got into some trouble with the Sultan or the king because, how can I say this, he liked pretty girls, right? And I think he fell in love with the princess, and the princess might have loved him back. And so the king, the Sultan, didn't like that for obvious reasons. And so he's unable to execute him for some reason. Sent him on a mission to the far north as an ambassador, right? Basically just getting rid of the dude. And Ibn Alcatel something. It had a very long name that I can't remember. The book is an actual manuscript taken from actual manuscripts left behind by the guy, writings that he would leave from one place to the next about his life and his adventures, Ibn something Fatel. And the book where I ran into him is called The Eaters of the Dead. It's about him and the way that he went to the North Country. The North Country was the land of the Vikings, and he wound up falling into really... So the movie The 13th Warrior is based on it. It tells how he wound up with these 12 Vikings on a mission to save the world, right? And the world to them was just these small outposts in their North Country. It's like beautiful or what? Look at that storm coming in. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. Look at it. You can't appreciate it from the windows of a house. I'm sorry, you just can't appreciate that behind a pane of glass in a house with warmth. You have to be in it to really know what that feels like. Look at it swirl. It's dark and it's ominous, and yet at the same time it's peaceful and steady. So he gets to know these Vikings, and the Vikings are a lot like, I like the people who are pretty much just like in it, you know what I mean? And at one point they're riding on their horses, and it's cold and the rain's coming down, and he's cold, and he's just basically learning how to speak Nordic or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know the actual name of the language. But he's just learning to speak their language, basically. And he does it by paying attention. They're like, how did you learn our language? And he's like, I listened, right? And he turns around to one of them who's kind of become his buddy. And he's like, the wind is cold. And the Viking, like I said, I dig the people who kind of like really think about the wording of something, like the Spartans, right? They would answer a question with as short an answer as possible. And the guy kind of gives him a look, and he's like, the wind is not cold. You are cold, right? And I like that. It's the realization that the wind is not cold. There is nothing out here that is cold. I am cold. Cool, huh? It's so good to see you. Hi guys. He's back, says Free. Hey Free, how you doing? Can't appreciate it if you have a job either, I guess, says Steve. I don't know, Steve. That is for you to decide. Why don't you tell us? Is that a true statement or not? You just go ahead and decide, Steve. And then let us know what your decision is so that we can all base our reality after what you think. Welcome back, Matt. Thanks. It's good to be back. I'm back in black. I hit the sack. I've been down too long. It's good to be back. Sam, let loose from the noose that's kept me hanging around. Give me there. Forget the hearse because I'll never die. Give me there a shot because I'm getting high. Shit, it's been too long. Yeah, I'm back. Feels good to be back. It does. You know what's the thing about being an action hero? Bloodied, broken, torn up, thrown away, cast out, whatever you got, I'll take it. Come on, hit me again. I hardly even felt that one. Yeah, you hit like a little girl. You live in La La Land. Dude, I'd take La La Land over wherever you live any day, man. I would rather live here in La La Land. That's actually a nice title for a book. That's not bad. Thanks, friend. Yeah. Cool. Everybody saying hey to everybody. Oh, I like seeing that. Been quite the whirlwind, huh, bro? Says Shane. Yeah, Shane. Yeah. Yep. Picked my house up, spun it around, dropped me in Oz. I landed on some chick. Definitely didn't see it coming. Somebody stole her shoes. I don't know what happened after that. Really, I'm just trying to find the wizard and executing. No, I'm joking. I'm just playing. Shit, I'm just playing. I'm in a good mood. Where I am. Who says that we have to do it like everybody else? Who says what is right and what is wrong? Who says what I have to be ashamed of? Who gets to decide those things, guys? And why is it that they get to decide? Maybe letting them get it in our heads is a mistake. I know a lot about mistakes. I know more about mistakes than about victory. And I'm all right with that. But I'm back in black. I hit the sack. I've been down too long. It's good to be back, Sam. Let loose from the noose that's kept me hanging around. So give me another shot because you're getting me high. Forget the hearse because I'll never die. I got 9 lives, cat's eyes, saving everyone alive. Some back. I'm back in black, out of sight. I say lean into it. See that light come on back there? That marks the end of the 16th. And there's 2 ducks out there following each other around. They've got a nest somewhere out there. But you know what? The wind is not cold. The wind is not cold. If we sat in our head and took the sayings of everyone else, if we listen to people who won't give us a break because, well, we're here. Look at the kingdom here in La La Land. Yeah, I'll pick that trash up. Just so that Mastodon doesn't have anything to say. No, I found them. There's all these haters. They're a group out there who has decided that they're going to all get together and burn down things that they don't like because something happened to them. They're hurt. And so they decide to hurt others. I decided to talk about it because out here, that's where World War III is fought. It's not tanks and planes and bombs and trains. It's right here. It's psychological warfare that gets us to destroy ourselves. So there's a story I like. I've been thinking about it a lot, especially while I was in OMAC. So I sat there in in the reservation, in the native reservation, and they welcomed me. It sounds, I don't know if I should even say it. I mean, it was funny when I said to my friends, and they liked it a lot. So I might, actually. So there was a native prediction. And it goes, once every 100 years, a burned out white man will camp in your lawn. Yeah. So they welcomed me in. They brought me bread and dinner and a beer every now and then, just to be honest with you, you know. And so I sat there and I remembered something from my childhood. You see, when I was a kid, they had a lot of cartoons that really meant something. They had this deep, inherent message inside them. Nowadays, we get stuff that they just teach you to be who you are. They don't teach you to grow, right? It's interesting and fun, and they're visually stimulating and all, but there's really no growth. The characters just stay the same throughout, and then in the end, they find out that they already had whatever it is they needed to triumph or some crap like that. I don't get it. I don't buy it. I think that we need to continually grow and learn from our life and from the people that we meet in our adventures, from the struggle and the pain, to grow and become something else. But, and I know, but turns everything you just said into shit, if you think about it. Yeah, it's a good saying. I like it. Because, you know, your boss walks up and they're like, hey, you're doing a great job. You're really killing it. You know, I'm really glad that I hired you. But you could do this, that, and the other a little bit better. And I'm sitting there like, we're sitting there like, what? That kind of like turns everything you just said into crap. Anyway, we had these stories when I was a kid. Land That Time Forgot, Rescuers Down Under, Sarah and the Squirrel. I thought about Sarah and the Squirrel a lot. I don't know if you've seen it. You can't watch it anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. They deleted it. I'm not sure why. Sarah and the Squirrel was the story of a little girl. Now, this means a lot to me. So, yeah, you're probably going to see me get a little bit emotional. Sarah and the Squirrel was a story about a little girl who was like 10 or 11 in Nazi-occupied Germany in the beginning and middle part of World War II. She was a Jew, and so they came and they got her and her family. And so, Sarah's mom packed a bag and helped her escape. That's pretty, isn't it? Hang on. So she put some cheese, some breads, you know, a box of striking wear matches as fast as she could into a blanket, like a picnic blanket. And she handed it to her and she told her, go to the forest. Stay there. You'll know when to come out. So I watched this over and over as a kid. Because we didn't have television or the internet when I was a kid. We just had one station and a box of movies. And when you live on a fishing boat, there is not much to do. So you play cards with your brothers and you watch the same thing over and over again. And like I said, in my time, we had a bunch of stories that really meant something. Like a little girl living through World War II. So Sarah ran into the forest. And the Nazis took her mom and her dad and her little brother away. The whole movie's about her living in a hole. One match every night. She couldn't start a fire during the day because they would see the smoke. It's highly monologued. She made friends with the squirrel. We're going to fast forward a little bit so that I can take it. Odd squirrel. Because you know, my dad's story and my story of the squirrel. She was a victim that wouldn't be a victim. She'd go down every day. The only time that she got water was down by this creek or river. And she would see a bridge. There was a bridge there. And every now and then she would see a train go over it. The train was filled with Nazi soldiers and supplies for the Nazi front line. At 11, 12 years old. She wanted revenge. Justice. Ask the Punisher. Frank Castle has a lot of monologue excuses too. Philosophers for thousands of years have tried to decide what's right and what's wrong. That's what I like about movies like The Unforgiven. They demonstrate that right and wrong, that philosophy can be cut short literally in mid-sentence by a guy who walks in just pissed off about what you did to his friend. Sarah decides, and this is a true story. This isn't a work of fiction. This is a true story taken from the actual memoirs of Sarah. Sarah decides that she will take one brick as often as she can out of the bridge. She knows what she's doing. And so, day after day, from fall through winter to spring, when it's still cold in the morning, even though the sun shines and the birds chirp, the wind is not cold. We are cold. She takes one brick at a time from the bridge. She says, I'll never forget. It's etched into the very memory of my soul. This is for mommy. This is for daddy. This is for little brother. And this one's for me. By the end of the cartoon, she has taken enough bricks out of that bridge that it topples under the weight of that train. With all that hate. So heavy. So much strain. Sarah single-handedly took out the fucking front line. Google it. It's real. So every time that you say something nice to counteract something that they said in hate, every time you stand up for someone who just refuses to yield, every time you watch a movie with some kind of moral point, and the next day stand up for somebody simply by saying something nice, remember that you have taken a brick out of that bridge. You have stood for good. Data said it in Star Trek. Resistance is not futile. Anyway, let's move on. Soon we'll take my truck and fly. There's nothing left to hold us here. I will return to Brewster. I'm going to make a home here. I like it very much. I really, really like it here a lot. It's not like the other places I've been. I don't know what it is. They're family-orientated, good people here. It's slow and yet it's happy. They play really great music that's happy and upbeat. Feel the wind? Do you feel it? Feel that? Look at it. I know you can't feel it, so I'll let you see it. I like the wind. The wind is not cold. Oh, come back here. All right, guy. All right. The wind is not cold. And I am not cold. I am not cold. Ha-ha. Piece of cake, baby. You got light? Remember? That's another one I like. What's it called? Payback, Mel Gibson. I am a huge Mel Gibson fan. I don't care what anybody says about any of it, honestly. Get the Gringo, Payback, Mad Max. It's all the same to me, right? I am not cold. Did you know that actually, if you focus enough, you can do that. You cannot be cold in the wind. I am not cold. The outside's a little bit it's a little chilly. I am not cold. Where's that fire? Yeah, no, I like that in that scene where he's finally got the bad guy who really overstepped his bounds. And he's sitting there telling him how, oh yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that. You know, you're a crazy SOB, blah, blah, blah. Right? And he's like, but you got a light? And the dude's like, no. And he's like, well, what good are you? Do not watch it on YouTube. They cut that shit together. Yeah, it is not the real movie. All right, you got to order the DVD like I did and spend $60 to be able to watch a really good movie. All right, but it is the movie. I mean, get ready to root for the bad guy is the tagline, right? But this dude starts out betrayed and shot in the back. Steals like $1.37 out of a hat from a homeless dude who's not really homeless. He's just a con, right? The guy's like, help a cripple, blah, blah, blah. And the guy stands up and he's like, hey, look, I cured you, right? 5 minutes later, the guy's walking around with like $1,000 in his pocket, right? And yeah, we're giving the haters something to talk about now. It's about perseverance through hardship. These are the stories of people who, one, will not play your game. 2 are going to show you what it is like to wear a t-shirt in the wind. I am not cold. Nothing you say, none of your confused gibberish, none of the lines you give me, none of the excuses, none of the shame, none of the pain, none of the shit is going to make a difference, because I absolutely will not ever stop. Let's go to the comments. I'm sure there's a lot here. I mean, we've been pouring in with hate. It's probably like, oh, look at this guy. He's completely batshit loco, right? Yeah, well, overrated in my opinion. Let's go through. Dude hits that cig like a joint. Dude, yeah. Want some? All Mastodon.com. All of you. Every one of you. You're just a bunch of haters all grouped together in the dark. But you know what's funny about haters who group together in the dark? You shine the light on them and they scatter like roaches. I'm coming for you. Here in our clandestine dark psyop World War III. I'm taking one brick out of the bridge at a time. This is the first brick or the second brick. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't even know how to count. But I'm coming after you. Because you fucked with the wrong dude. And you fucked with the wrong America. By the way, this is the goddamn United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republics for which it stands. One nation under God, indivisible, with truth and with liberty and freedom for all. Yeah. So, You've Been Seen. That's another good movie I like. I used to read these books. I'm not even going to read the comments, guys. We don't even need to read the comments. It was a book. It was made into a movie. I liked the movie. It had John Goodman in it. I like most everything that John Goodman has ever been in, whether he's playing the good guy or the bad guy. If John Goodman is in it, I am going to watch it. Listen, I am not cold. I am not cold. Yeah, so it's called The Borrowers. Good little story. I'm going to put my coat on even though I'm not cold. Even though I'm not cold. Hang on a second. Yeah. It's called The Borrowers. The borrowers are little people. The reason they call them borrowers, they should just straight up call them thieves. Oh, even though I'm not cold, that jacket. Yeah, no, the jacket is not warm. I am warm. Where did I leave my tobacco? There we go. My tobacco. Remember that part in Josie Wells where she's like, she gives him all the stuff and it's like, how much is that? And she's like, you pay me when you get back around this way, Josie Wells. Because he's the one motherfucker that won't surrender. Anyway, The Borrowers are based on books. I read them all as a kid. Loved it. Man, I really liked it so much. They're little people. You ever wake up and you can't find one sock? Right? You ever wake up and you can't find that spoon that you know you left there that night? That's because the borrowers in the middle of the night took it. They live inside the walls. They're not thieves. They live with you. And you can spare one sock. You can spare a spoon. But when you wake up and you can't find something that you know exactly where you left it, that was the borrowers. They needed it. And they're using it. And it's making their life a lot better. And I believe in the borrowers. Because as a kid, I would wake up and I couldn't find one sock. I couldn't find that spoon. And every time that happened, I smiled to myself. And I imagined what it would be like to live there with them. I wish that I wasn't a being. That's what they call us. Human being. I wish that I was a borrower, because they live right and together, and they love each other. No matter how much someone is hurt, they never blame them. Anyway, the movie goes on. In the end, it's a long movie. In the end, John Goodman, who's playing the bad guy, who also, he makes a really good bad guy, I might say. I mean, he went from Roseanne to like complete stardom, in my opinion, you know. Which Roseanne, I think, was highly overrated, but at the same time, underappreciated. I think it was a really good story of just how hard it is to beat the 9 to 5, and how you can live in a trailer court and have a lovely little family. There's wasn't much pretty about it, but there was a lot of soul. It was like the Wonder Years, which also, if you don't know, the Wonder Years was a true story written by the guy Harry, I think. Yeah, it was Harry from Home Alone. It was the story of his childhood, actually, the Wonder Years. But I digress. I think, though, I'm not intelligent enough or studied enough to actually understand. Digress means I'm going to go back to what I was talking about before. In the end of The Borrowers, the one rule is do not be seen. It's the biggest, most important thing the borrower is or can do. Do not be seen. Somehow, and I forget exactly, they trapped John Goodman in a room with a very elaborate plan for people who are like 3 inches tall. And they explained to him, you have been seen, Bean, meaning human being, which I wish I wasn't. I'd rather be a borrower. Because, like I said, I think that they actually have something that we don't in a fictionalized world. So that's how I feel. You see, I am the last. But I've seen you. I'm bringing the war to you. I'm going to turn about your own tools. That's right. And I mean, what can you do to a man who's willing to sit here in the cold? Who has no shame or guilt. I wish that I could fix things. I wish the people that I care about cared about the simplicity or understood that the smallest act of kindness, simply sending a heart out to some comment that I left, would make a difference in a real life. And a person who things are not as easy for. A person who lives here in the wind, does not have a refrigerator or a floor. I wish that they could understand that you can't hold me to the same levels that you could someone who has their life together. But here in the clandestine, black, dark psyops world of World War III, who knows how many hundreds of miles behind enemy lines, sits a man unwilling to compromise, unwilling to surrender, and not able to do what you wish I would. Because the wind is not cold. I am cold. You've been seen, Bean. And I'm going to take as many bricks out of that fucking bridge as possible. I will not stop. So go ahead. Throw it out there. Tweaker, drunk, loser, homeless, wretch, disgusting, smells, drunk. Hit me with everything you got, baby, in the words of Britney Spears. But know that I am going to stand here, or sit here. I am going to stand for those who you continually beat up. There is right now, at this very moment, one individual who is going to view this, who sits alone in the dark, just as shamed as I am, just as broken as I am, who is going to find strength in this, who is going to think to themselves, my revenge will be to take one brick out of the bridge. This is for mommy. This is for daddy. This is for little brother. And this one is for me. I'm the last inglorious bastard behind enemy lines. Take it however you want. I do. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at it. Look at how beautiful that is. You might call it dark or depressing. You might say the wind is cold. The wind is not cold. The wind feels nothing. Look at that star. That's Venus. Venus is beautiful, isn't she? Venus is the spirit of love, I think. Love can be the most dynamic of weapons, but not tonight. Tonight, Venus holds me in her arms. Tonight, she keeps me warm. Tonight, she is a good friend who will lay here with me and keep me warm, using the heat of her own body. That's some Billy the Kid shit. Tonight, I have an old coat for a pillow, and the earth is my bed. I've got a 6-shooter, because this is goddamn America. And you, not them, none of them, us, here, right now, wherever you are, in the dark. Do you hear them? Do you hear that? Do you hear how afraid they are? Their weapon that used to be fear. But now they show their own fear. Because you and I, one at a time, are going to take one brick at a time out of the bridge. We are going to persevere. And when it topples, everybody was running all the stuff there wherever they run it. Whoever it is trying to fight the fight, like Kelly's Heroes. That bridge is going to topple. That's all because you won't give up. I am here. I am not cold. Keep taking those bricks out, guys. All you gotta do is stay alive. That's all you gotta do. Stay alive. One brick at a time. One dream at a time. One night at a time. Just stay alive. That's all you gotta do. Don't let them break you. Feel it. I am cold. Don't let them know. Never give up. Never surrender. Here on this channel, us drunken wretches. Us broken action heroes. Us who either do or do not remember the stories of the past. Stand against it all. In this clandestine Black Ops, World War III, where the war is not fought with tanks and bombs and guns. It's fought in our head. We say here, piece of cake. You can watch the movie if you want. I recommend it. It's a good point when the guy turns around with his goddamn rocket launcher. It says piece of cake and pulls a trigger. But you don't need to because you already know what it means. Piece of cake means I will not surrender. Life is not going to be easy. Those who we love will hurt us. Life is hard. And when I sit in the wind, I am cold. But the wind is not cold. Piece of cake means no matter how hard it is, when this is done, it'll look like, well, it was a piece of cake. I'm sorry. I'm not a hero. I'm not strong. The only thing I have is that I absolutely, without any hesitation, will not go quietly into the dark. Remember Sarah. She's real. The hole that she made in the enemy lines allowed the Allied forces to break through. She lived. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she moved to New York after it was all over. I think she found her baby brother. So if you're in that hole right now and you're cold, I believe in you. You will make the difference. Just don't give up. Praise Jesus. And let's show them who owns the goddamn flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republics for which it stands. One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Piece of cake.